Okay, so the next knot is going to be a variation on the previous round turn and 2 half hitches. The idea of this is that it's used for mooring a boat off in a tidal stream, so you get the flood and the ebb of the tide, and then instead of tying the boat off too tight, so if you tie it off something like this where it's going to be tight, so as the tide goes up and down your knot won't move, and what happens is your boat can get hung up along the quay wall. A load of pressure comes into your knot, you won't be able to get the knot undone. Or the same if the tide comes in and your knot then is below the waterline and you have to dive down to open your knot. Not ideal. So this one is just kind of like a running knot that will slide up and down whatever you're tying off against. So whether it be a handrail of a staircase that's going along the pier, or if it's a vertical fender or whatever. So I'll just show you real quick. So start off with the round turn. So creating the round turn, it's important that you catch the slack like I have. So you're creating essentially a loop. So this loop then in the round turn can move up and down the handrail. So then with your end, you're going to create your first half hitch. So back in through the loop that you've created, and there is your first half hitch. So you can see that going through the loop. Then we're going to create our second half hitch on the main line. So back around and in through the loop that you've created, and there you have your 2 half hitches, which is essentially created a clove hitch, but you've taken in the loop on that, so your loop won't get smaller. So that's the knot essentially. It's very light knot, so you don't pinch everything up nice and tight. And what will happen is when the tide comes in, the boat will rise and your knot will slide up the handrail. So then if the tide goes down, the boat goes down obviously, and then your knot slides down the handrail. So the boat doesn't get hung up, the knot doesn't get hung up, whatever else. If whatever you're tying off and isn't smooth, if there's nooks and crannies, it might not run. It should run, but with a bit of a swell or a tide like this, it's plenty of space to run. If you do pull it tight, it will slide and tighten. So if you pull it too tight, it can run on itself. But you can see there. But the idea is that everything is kept loose. You kick the boat away. You put enough slack in the water that it's not going to be hanging up on anything along the quay wall or whatever. And then as the tide comes up and down, as I said, comes in and out like this. If you want, you can put another, if you've enough on your tail, you can put another half hitch in here if you want, but you're only tied in up the rope. If you want, you can put another half hitch onto the loop itself by coming back around here and coming in like so. And create another half hitch there, and gives you a bit more stability in the knot. So that's that.